So let me share my screen. We can see that. So there is my user story. I interview two people and conduct two interview story. One of my participant is a high school student. She used her private car to drive to her high school. And in this interview, she just gives very short answers and she have no specific idea about the commuting. So this interview is not very useful. She just give me some basic answer. So we can look at the next one. K1 is a user duties as student. He also learned about advanced interaction design, so he know how to do the interview and know how to cooperate with me. So he give very detailed information. You can see the user story. K1 is a UTS student, and the bus is his primary vehicle because the bus station is near his home. So I just do a short summary about this interview. K1's biggest challenge is he used the bus, but the bus is always delayed or canceled. That become a serious problem because he need to wait too long to wait for next bus. That will be very big challenge. So K usually entertain with listen some music or play the video game or sometimes watch the video. Uh, he all he also enjoy have a small talk with other strangers. He can feel very friendly. So K1 prefer the train rather than bus because he believed the train is more stable and fast. But the bus is near his home, so he want to use the train to arrive the university. If the train station could be closer to his home, could be very useful to him. So that's my two summary of the user story. It's an
Okay, I'm gonna share my user story. So I interview a UTS student with Alex, and he takes the train 5 times a week and spend almost 1 hour per per day, and he choose the train because it saves money, and most of the reason it save money, and because he living far away from the college, and it has challenging in the train, like the train always usually delayed, so he need to check the timetable for many times, and he gives us suggestion like can put the Wi-Fi device on the train, so when train delay, he can, you know, uh, get some interesting things to spend the time. I'm finished.
Okay. Alright, that's my part. Let me share my screen. So I don't finish it yet. I don't chance the interview become a story. This is my interview. I just quickly submit all the problem it meet. So this guy named Lance, and he used train to commute commute to school, and he usually commute 2 days per week. He spent 1 or 1.5 hours on the commute. The problem he had is that he used both bus and train for commute, and he can sometimes if he have a problem to catch the first one, it also change will make him can't catch another one. And he also the delay of the train or bus will cause the problem. So the way he improve it is use the triple wheel to check the timetable, and he don't like the time spent on the commute. He think the shorter commute time is better, and that's his interview. Sorry I didn't change it to story yet. Okay, that's all I have.
Is it my turn next?
No, it's
No,
it's
it's
me.
finish.
Okay, yeah.
I have a problem. I need to quit this Zoom meeting and rejoin. Just one sec.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Should I just go first?
No, wait, Zeliang.
Yeah.
You are host, so let me. Okay, he's come back.
All right. This is my user experience story. I interviewed a university student, and he goes to school every day on train. He has a single problem. The train only takes 15 minutes from his home to school, but there's 10 minutes of time in the tunnel, and there has no signals, no internet signals at all. So his problem is what should he do to spend that period of time? When I asked him this problem, how to solve that problem, he just told me he download some offline mobile games, or read some books, or leave some homeworks behind to do at that 10 minutes of time. And when he's in the tunnel, he thinks that maybe the train can put some free Wi-Fi or allocate some how to say that, allocate some internet base or something that can enhance the internet experience during that period of time. And that's all.
All right. Bevan?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So I interviewed two people. The first one's called Russell and the second one's called Jeffrey. I'll just go through Jeffrey's one because probably more similar to my one as well. So every day every day he goes to uni, he usually drives to a station and then takes the train to uni. The reason is he lives quite far from his station, so he can't just walk there. It takes about 30 minutes. And he also can't drive to uni as there's no free parking at UTS. It's quite expensive. Usually when he plans his trip to uni, he looks at his timetable using TripView to see the train times as well as what time he needs to get there by checking his uni timetable. He goes to uni 4 times a week, and usually it takes a little bit over 1 hour to get to uni. That includes the drive to a station, the train ride, as well as walking to uni. When he's on the train, he usually just goes on TikTok, browses Reddit, Instagram, just social media and stuff like that. Doesn't really have that many problems with the train being packed or anything. Sometimes it's a bit crowded on the way back, but usually not that big of a problem. He feels it's quite frustrating when he has to travel 1 hour to uni just for a 2-hour class and travel 1 hour back. So that's basically a 2-hour round trip just for one class. And he feels it's quite frustrating and a waste of time. Yeah, he's doesn't really have any pleasant experiences going to uni. His friends have a different timetable from him, so he doesn't take the train with anyone. He just goes by himself. It's quite boring. A suggestion he had to improve his commute to uni would be have maybe free parking for students on site, so he could just drive there, which would make it a lot more convenient, a lot shorter, save time, and yeah, that's it. So something I found in both Russell and Jeffrey was they both express a preference for driving to uni due to its convenience. Driving just much more convenient than taking a train, and they both did not find the commute pleasant, and they both found it quite crowded when coming back from uni. Although not a big problem, it's just something that they both experience. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. So that is my interview. First one is Jaden Shan. So Jaden Shan relies on buses and emphasizing time efficiency and safety. So imagine a world with more frequent buses during peak hour. A simple solution, but one that could transform the commuter experience. So second one is Lou Doris. So he's cyclist seeking a safer pathways. Her story reminds us the necessity of dedicated bike lines and greater awareness among drivers. And second one, the last one is the Capper. Capper prefers to walk, with her only enemy being the unpredictable weathers. Enhanced infrastructure like shaded walkways can make her journey more comfortable. So at its core, through small changes in infrastructure, frequency, and awareness, we can transform these journals into moments of relaxation and reflection. That's all.
All right. So we finished share about the story and the interview we have for now.
Yeah.
And I guess we need to find some common point and share about the design idea.
So do you guys have anything in mind for a design idea?
I noticed that the story from the building.
Yeah.
And they have some common point with my interview that nobody like. Well, those people don't really like spend time on the comment. There's no pleasure on it.
Yeah. They find this like a waste of time usually, like they don't do
Yeah.
anything productive on it.
Is this also common in your guys' story?
Yeah, it's very common.
And I think most of people have the problem of the delay and
Yes.
also.
Delay or get canceled is a really big problem.
Yeah.
You guys personally have that issue as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So maybe like what's the word? More dependable trains. No would be better if there were no cancels at all.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
So one of my participants wants a commuting app that is provide more accurate information.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like what time it arrives at your station, what time it leaves, stuff like that, or
Yes.
Alright.
That's something like the trip wheel.
Yeah. But for TripView sometimes it like comes a few minutes early, or for me at least. I don't know if it's for everyone else. Sometimes
Yeah.
it arrives a bit early and then leaves like maybe 1 minute too early and
Yeah,
then
it's
I'll miss it
changed
or
a lot.
something.
And the trip wheel is not easy to use.
Not intuitive to use.
Yeah, it's like I very confused when I first opened that apps.
Bit confused.
Yeah, just like a app for the better timetable.
So so make a better app, easier to use, better timetable, more accurate timetable.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And do you guys really think we can design an app to solve the problem for the waste time on commute?
Sorry?
Like, is it really possible to solve the problem that people feel waste time on the commute by designing an app or something?
Design an app. Ooh.
I don't know because
So maybe can design an app that can track the train or bus real time so they can know when the train or bus arrive and where they
I
are.
know we talked that already. I just that is the one question we have, the delay and cancel.
Yeah.
But another one, people feel like they waste time on the commute.
How long do you guys usually spend getting to uni on the train?
Almost
How long does
1
it take
hour.
you?
5
Now?
minutes.
5 minutes?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. So generally it's like quite long, right? Would you guys say? Apart
Yeah.
from the 5 minutes. Usually
It,
for me
it is quite
it takes
long.
like an hour as well. So like
Yeah.
it really feels like it's wasted. Like I just go in for one class and then leave, and then sometimes it takes longer to get to and from uni rather than staying in the class.
You spend more time on the commute rather than class.
Yeah.
I
That's
know
quite
that.
wasted.
I know that feel. Maybe there will be some idea, but I don't have it yet.
Don't really
Well-
have any particular ideas. Maybe like study on the train, but not sure how to.
Ah, you mean some app you can use the time on during the commute?
Yeah, but not sure how that'll be implemented. Probably something similar to like. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just well, we got an idea already, and for the another one we will figure out it in other days maybe.
Did anyone you guys interview prefer to drive? Because the two people I interviewed, like, if they could drive to uni, they would, because they could just drive 20 minutes instead of taking 1 hour. Anyone else or no? Just the two I
No.
interviewed.
No, for me.
No for me, cause I really don't like car somehow. I don't know, and I don't have license.
All good.
All right, at least we have one idea to a better easy use app and a better timetable.
Yeah, so better trip view, more accurate, easier to use.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one problem people did have was TripView doesn't save your trains
Yes.
unless you have the premium.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe a free one which automatically saves it.
Yeah, I think it's like a combat with Google Map and the Trip View. That would
Yeah.
be great.
And yeah.
So for the first problem, that we need to design an app, a more reliable app, right?
Yeah, pretty much more reliable app, yeah. Easier to use.
How about add some features on that app to improve the productivity on the train?
Yeah, what kind of ideas do you have? What were you thinking?
It's just like I think
You just thought maybe combine Canvas and that app like something.
Canvas.
Yeah, Canvas. Or
I think the Duolingo maybe is a better idea.
what?
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
Oh,
Maybe just like it is.
learning
You can
German
tell
on your way to school.
yeah.
So
So
basically something you can learn while on the train.
Yeah, or have some other things. There's one thing that do you guys worried about the announcement from the maps? Like will you miss the station you want to go, or you something like that?
Oh yeah, I feel like that would be good. Say like, oh, you're approaching your station or something.
Yeah.
So like, say like you're yeah. I think that's good because I actually have missed my station once. I went to Redfern instead of Central.
Yeah. So you can build in a map apps about the Duolingo's function, so it will note you will let me find my word. Like you will not miss the announcement from your station in
Yeah.
that app.
That's cool.
So you can focus on the study or the Duolingo something like that. And
Yeah.
when you're in your station, it can stop everything and tell you should leave now. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep. That could work.
Okay. So that's our idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it works with me.
Yeah, sound good. How about other guys? Xixing?
No, as my mention approved the real-time tracking, but I have no other idea.
Okay. So we have this idea for now. I think that'd be good enough.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's all. That's all.
Can you
that's all.
send the interview link as well? Not interview links.
record?
Recording link. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll upload to Google Drive and send it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So see you guys.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.
Recording stopped.